I ain't the kind to wear a tie, but I'm not from 9 to 5. I tried that life but said goodbye. I'm not always polite, but I get the job done. Who says that work can never be fun? I'm simply unprofessional. Simply unprofessional.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Simply Unprofessional. I'm your host, Webby. Joining me tonight, we got Rob.
Hey, everybody, it's Rob.
And we got Devin.
Hey, it's Devin. How's it going, people?
And we got Donnie.
Hey, it's Donnie.
And even more surprising, if you can't tell by the volume, by the quality of the microphone that we got, this is a live episode. We're all actually sitting down at my dining room table together, recording this SU.
This is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Yes.
Of Matilda. I had to throw that in for the Goldbergs. Shout out to the Goldbergs. So, guys, I mean, we've been spending a lot of time playing board games the last couple of days, so we're gonna. I got the hiccups. We're gonna be talking about some of the board games that we've played. I am
In love with all board games.
I am like 0 for 9 on this stint of board gaming. But before we get into the board game stuff, like I want to talk to you guys about some of the other stuff we've done. So Devin, you got here first. Donnie, you came in as a surprise. Like I've been talking to you since Monday, and you showed up Thursday.
I did.
Right around like noon. But before you got here, Devin, you showed up Monday, I believe.
Yes, Monday.
What were some of the things that we've done before Donnie showed up? I know
Monday.
we played more board games.
You play board games? Oh, excuse me. Monday was, we caught up on sleep.
Am I boring you?
No.
I'm just checking.
Monday we caught up on sleep because it was kind of that day.
Yeah, was that the day we watched Batman?
No, it was, we talked about it. We watched it.
We watched Batman Tuesday.
We talked about it. We were like, yeah, we're going to do this. Then we all kind of just like, yeah, we're going to go to bed. Then we all kind of went back to bed.
Did we watch The Void on Monday?
That was also, I think, you might watch Batman on Wednesday. You might watch The Void on Tuesday. You might watch The Void on Monday. We didn't watch The Void one of the days, though.
Yeah.
It was either Monday or Tuesday we watched The Void.
Yeah.
And it was either Tuesday or Wednesday.
So literally we didn't do anything Monday?
We kind of hung out of the house. We didn't do much.
All right.
We stopped and got...
I'm sorry I'm a bad host.
Oh, you're fine. We stopped and got food on the way there, I think, didn't we?
No.
We picked up food on the way back from the airport, I think. Maybe.
What time did you even come in?
I flew in. My flight landed around noon.
Noon.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. We did.
I don't think we stopped anywhere.
I thought a little early. Then we laughed about that. I ran into Kentucky Fried Steve Austin.
Yep.
Ran into Kentucky Fried Steve Austin.
Maybe Rob has... What did we do Monday, Rob?
I feel like we slept
I
Monday.
ordered groceries.
We did?
We put away groceries.
Wow. Yeah. We did that. Besides all that stuff, we did watch the Batman movie. I made them watch The Void.
Exciting life. Yeah, The Void I did not care for.
He loved it.
I did not.
He absolutely loved it.
No, I don't do well with scary movies.
He loved The Void. Recommend it 10 out of 10. Everybody watch The Void. It's on Shudder.
The opinions of Devin does not reflect the opinions of SU as a whole.
It does. It definitely does. Batman, we watched.
You fell asleep through the Batman several
That's
times.
the third time I've tried to
Several
watch
times.
that movie. And fell
And then
asleep.
every time I called you out on it, you're like, I'm not sleeping.
To be fair,
sleeping.
the first 2 times I was not. And then like the 3 after that I was.
To be fair, I fell asleep during that movie too.
That movie was like
don't know
long.
how,
It was
like, yeah.
unnecessarily long, and it really wasn't like a invigorating movie.
Well, I don't know. I disagree.
It wasn't a bad movie by any stretch.
I liked it.
It was a 3-hour long movie.
Which is
long.
It was a 3-hour long movie that didn't need to be 3 hours.
You're literally shoving Batman into a Lord of the Rings movie, which arguably there's not a lot of like. It didn't seem like there was a lot of lore that they shoved into it. It was just an ongoing investigation that just never seemed to end.
Yeah.
But I mean, it kept my attention the entire movie.
Absolutely. But I can say this, like, given the fact that I fell asleep at parts of it, I don't feel like I missed anything.
I could watch that movie again and still be
entertained. No, absolutely, I get it. Like, but I also feel like me falling asleep in the middle of that movie, I waking up at the end of it.
I will say, I'm going to cut you off. This is fucking weird, recording SU face to face, because normally I'm just staring at a computer screen, just like letting my eyes wander around, you know, and then I'm just like, if I'm talking or Rob's talking, I'm like, is Devin sleeping? I don't know. Devin falls asleep sometimes. And I'm always concerned because I don't get to see you guys when we're recording.
This is true.
Now I get to see you.
I mean, we could rectify that.
And I can see your facial expression. Yeah, every time we record SU, we could just use our cameras.
We just don't.
But we just don't.
You guys have cameras?
Yeah, well, you don't. We should change that.
We should.
You afraid you're going to accidentally leave it on one night?
You know, you can make it super easy, right? They have the what is it? The Elgato has the new like epoxy cam thing. You can take your phone and just Wi-Fi link your phone to your computer.
Yeah, then that's like double the chance that I forget a camera.
No, because we turn your computer off, it ends the connection.
That's why I have that little man that hangs on my camera and blocks it.
I use my old phone. I use my old phone as my webcam now because it's much clearer.
For reasons I'm not.
Now okay, not to get into like conspiracy theorist stuff, but like you cover your webcam.
Mm-hmm.
Is that solely for the fact in case you accidentally leave it on?
No.
Or is it because
there's a hacker?
Yeah, no, that's actually happened. People can hack your computer and turn your webcam on.
Right. See, I don't know. I don't care if people see me sitting at my computer. Staring at my fucking screen. Like,
yeah, but
there was a story.
That's true.
Staring right at my bed.
There was a story recently. It was like in Mexico or Colombia where this kid was complaining to his dad that the Ring camera was talking to him at night, and come to find out, someone hacked into it. It was some guy like who kept popping in the middle of the night, like 2 a.m, asking if he wanted candy, which is kind of creepy.
Oh yeah,
by itself. So they found that out and immediately uninstalled the camera.
So yours is in your bedroom, and you're concerned that people are going to see you walking around in the nude.
Mm-hmm.
What makes you think when you go to bed, I don't walk around nude out here, where my camera is?
That doesn't make him any more comfortable with the idea of it.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, mine is in my room too, but I just don't care.
Mine is too, and I sleep out of the nude.
I feel left out. I have to move my desk into my room.
I have one room for now. For right now, I have one room. I'm getting my own apartment at some point here pretty soon.
Oh, don't tell Mom that. Hopefully, unless Mom's the one saying, "Okay, you moving in upstairs? Moving in upstairs? I need new neighbors."
Well, as of right now, it's not upstairs, but I'm getting my own apartment. So I mean, I'll be have my own space.
I need to clarify something for the listeners of SU, the millions and millions out there.
Absolutely.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Kat.
Hi, Ryan. Hi, Apple.
Hi, Cheeky. I mean, hey, we're growing a fan base.
Hi, FBI.
We're growing a fan base. And the FBI.
We are still sponsored by the FBI.
I do need to clarify and clear something up. The SU listeners have listened to me for months and months complain about my neighbors. Mm-hmm. Okay? Now that you guys are actually here, you have seen and heard some stuff. Is it just me, or are my neighbors trash people?
I'll say this.
Do not defend the woman. Why is Naomi so bad? What makes her so... It's like, Devin, just trust me.
I'm not defending anything. All I'm saying is this, that yes, I will be honest, they have not made like obsessive noise upstairs.
Yeah, they've been on good behavior.
The noise has been really good this time. Last time, I got a real good taste of how loud they got.
Yeah.
Like they were having fist fights up there.
I've known the noise is not too bad.
Well, that's because I have started calling the cops.
Based on the conversations that were had between your mother and them, they're not the greatest people in the world. I understand your frustrations.
What was that noise?
That was a Discord notification.
Okay. I'm making sure that the microphone doesn't disconnect.
I forgot to turn off Discord. I'm going to do that right now. Bye, Discord.
Yeah, they're dysfunctional. They're not the greatest people. Like, that's like saying like the Manson family, right?
And they just don't care for the wishes of their landlord.
That's really what it boils down to. Everybody is. I hate how disrespectful they are. But anyway, I'm not going to go on that tangent. I just want to make sure that you guys have finally seen it firsthand. and you guys can at least back me up on my
No, I mean if
complaints.
if you got if you shopping for new neighbors is not understandable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So that's why my mom really wants to rent to Devin.
Yeah.
And Donnie.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if Donnie's mom, if you're listening by chance after I forward this episode to you, you all should move up north. That's all.
I mean, there's just, that whole idea of I've been at my current job for 10 years and I'm maxed out on pay, but
Forts everywhere.
you can't freely transfer.
Why not?
For you,
They don't let you.
for you, they'll make an exception.
I'm sure they will.
But could you apply and put in for a transfer?
No.
Really?
It's only to plants that need employees,
But
and
what
it's
if-
very rare.
What if they need employees?
But
If they did, I could, but they have not ever once said anything about up here. It's always Ohio, Detroit on occasion, or my plant that I work at in Louisville.
But what if you found a
step
job
closer.
up here that was willing to pay you more for more normal hours?
Yes.
yeah, I was like,
Alright.
you're maxed out on pay. Doesn't that mean you should go somewhere where you could get higher pay?
Yeah, but the thing is the places that pay more than that probably require a degree.
Yeah. See, me and him have similar issues with our jobs. That's why everybody tells me with my job. They're like, if you're going to leave this job, you leave before you get 3 years in, because at that point you're probably not going to find a job making as much money as you make without having
Yeah,
a
my
degree.
benefits are great.
Great benefits.
The pay is great.
I hate my
time
life,
off.
but I mean, I have good time off. There's not a lot of jobs. My first year there, I got almost 3 weeks off, and then some.
Right.
There's not a lot of jobs that give you that much time off.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I've got 3 weeks a year, and it's going up to 4.
Yeah, I get.
So I mean, and benefits obviously, our benefits. Ford is just known for having great benefits.
I can comp up to 150 hours.
Well, yeah, they can.
to use
They
for
can,
vacation time.
they can offer
I
you.
get about 2.5 a year on top of that, so that's almost over a month off.
Yeah, I mean, they can pay you for the great benefits because they make shitty products.
Look, this is not a debate.
This is coming from somebody. The red pickup outside parked next to his car.
The one that won't run.
It runs.
You're supposed to say
There's
it
just a
doesn't
tick
for
to
the
it.
viewers.
But I mean, that's a Ford.
Yeah.
It was a hand-me-down.
If
It
we're
wasn't
talking
my
about
choice,
shitty cars,
but-
can we talk about that guy's Hyundai at Best Buy yesterday with the engine that was knocking?
Oh yeah, no, that sounds like what my truck sounds.
that guy was probably going to die.
I
Although
almost,
I'm
I
pretty
almost
sure.
got into an accident with your car.
Oh, thanks.
It wouldn't have been my fault. I technically would have been rear-ended, so that would have been legally his fault. But yeah, we definitely accidentally cut somebody off in mass yesterday.
It's
It's
Boston.
okay. We
It's
settled
Boston.
it
It's fine.
pretty well. I think we ended it amicably.
Yeah, I waved to him
He waved to
And I
him.
took
Donnie,
a
while he was behind us. I was
took a
like, "Thank you
picture.
for letting me in."
And then
You're like,
Donnie took a picture.
He
and I
laid
just
on
kinda
his horn
hung my
for a
head low.
second, and then he passed us flying. So I was taking pictures already as it was, because we were in Boston, and I've never been in Boston.
Yep.
So I just took a picture of him, and I don't think he knew what to make of it.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of hanging my head low because I was just kind of laughing at the same time.
Yep.
But other
And
than
then I
that,
definitely pulled up next to a lane that I thought was just a bike lane, and I started screaming at the car while Devin's window was down, saying, "You fucking idiots, that's a goddamn bike-only lane! Yeah, I'm looking at you, motherfucker!" And Devin and Donnie are like, "Yeah, that's kind of a combo lane. That cars and bikes can go in that lane, I guess." And I'm like, "No, I'm right here!" And then all of a sudden, 9 cars pelted in behind that guy. I was just like,
oh,
"Oh, okay." And then we got bullied out of a parking space in front of Fenway because it was the only spot I could find that fit your car. So I pulled in. I was like, "Okay, we'll just park here
that
for a
wasn't
second."
like a pay all day
Yeah.
kind of thing. Like pay $19.
So it was like, "Okay,
Get out
I'll
and
park
walk
right
around.
here for a couple minutes. You guys can just take a couple good pictures of the front of Fenway." And all of a sudden, in my rear view, I just see this beer
Massive.
truck pulling in, and then it just keeps nudging closer. So I was like, I inch out of the spot, and it nudged closer. I was like, "Okay, I'll leave." I mean, you're bigger. So. Heaven help me if I was in my mud truck. I mean, that's how I used to
It
drive my mud
was-
truck. If somebody didn't yield to me, even if I was supposed to be the one yielding, I'm bigger than you. That's the law of the road.
I'm gonna tell
And that's
you,
where I'll situate myself
probably-
in a safe way and let you hit me.
he probably wasn't trying to push you out. He probably thought because you were in the car, you were leaving, and he didn't want anyone else
Yeah.
to take the spot.
That's probably it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we did that. We went to. That was after Donnie got here, but we drove down to Boston.
We did do the arcade
We
before
did the
Donnie got
We did
here.
the arcade.
And with all of the tickets that you managed to win us,
Yep.
with the exception of the 1,600 tickets I won at the little coin push machine, you know those ones where you drop a coin in and it falls
won
and
a
it
lot of
starts
tickets.
pushing other coins? There was 3 of them. They were Angry Bird ones. And 2 people were sitting in the right 2, and the left one was open. Left one had a small tower of coins this big, and then a tower of coins this big.
How big?
Half the size of a beer bottle to like a size of the beer bottle. Okay, yeah, I don't care about them. We always have a visual cue on SU that the listeners can't see.
Maybe
Normally it's
I'm
just
old-fashioned. I'm probably old-fashioned. It's been a while since I've been to an arcade, but I am extremely distraught. There are no Tutti Fruttis, no bags full of the Tutti Frutti candy that you guys spent your tickets on.
They did have individual candies that you could.
And neither one of you spent an exorbitant amount of tickets on that?
No.
Son of a bitch. I got a light bar that I saw Devin looking at because he mentioned it, so I figured, I'll get him the
I
light
had
bar.
enough tickets to get the light bar. I just got the hat instead. I'm like, that's going to be a little more commemorative. I'll get the hat.
So I gave him the light bar, and then with my remaining tickets, I got a hacky sack for
2
Rob
hacky
and a
sacks.
hacky sack for myself.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
But not a single Tutti Frutti?
I didn't need a Tutti Frutti because I knew in my heart of hearts I was going to get 2 big-ass whoopie pies. So,
And on that note,
I was going to get cotton candy because I didn't get as many tickets as they did. But then I was too busy ogling the attendant, and I totally forgot. They were like, let's go. I was like, oh, wait, my cotton candy. Oh, okay.
And I even told you what you could do with what we could try with the cotton candy too.
Yeah.
Apparently that's phenomenal. On Good Mythical Morning, they did a thing
you dissolve it in milk?
where he dissolved it in milk, and then you just stir it a
You have
little
cotton
bit and you
candy
drink
milk?
it, and it's just cotton candy milk. He said it was the fucking best
you
thing
can do that with
he's
vodka,
ever
too,
had.
I think.
With what?
I think you can do that with vodka.
You don't have anything really, but
Vodka and milk?
no
Cotton
vodka,
candy
cotton
and
candy.
vodka.
Oh.
No, don't do
Dude,
that.
I was like, man, what kind of sick shit do you do down there in Louisville?
Look here.
Louisville.
We don't bully people at
Hold on, I
bagel
gotta do
shops.
it right. I gotta do it right. Louisville.
Also, you forgot, we also watched G.I. Joe.
Oh yeah,
Because-
Snake Eyes,
Yeah,
right?
because
The origin Snake Eyes.
Yes, I fell asleep on that.
I love you guys, but I've told you several times I'm not big on movies, and you were like, let's watch these 3 movies all in a row. That's why for G.I. Joe, I was mostly in the kitchen watching stuff on my phone as I cooked pasta.
Well, he was just stretched out on the couch for getting ready to fall asleep. So I figured, okay, we'll do a nice relaxing.
I know, it was just 3
I
movies in a
just-
row. I was
I
just like, I
just
can't
threw
deal. I
something on.
can't.
I just threw
I'm gonna go
something
cook. I'm gonna go cook and watch on my phone some videos or something.
It was a good movie though.
I
just-
still don't understand how Rob can not be a movie person. I get not being I'm not the kind of person I don't wait in line for movies. I don't go in there on the I just catch a movie on, I catch a movie on kind of
Well,
thing.
I get it because
that.
my mom's not really a movie person. She might sit down and watch a movie, but she'll only really pay attention to half of it because she's doing stuff while it's on.
Right.
But she can't even come here. Fucking Tuesday when she came here because she could not wait to meet you. She sat down on the couch, gave you a hug, and then instantly was fucking taking the trash out, complaining she didn't have enough time to do the dish. I was like, Jesus, woman, sit down for fucking 5 minutes and breathe, okay? I mean, I get people who hey,
No, I get it. I
TV
get
and
it.
movies themselves
I get it.
are not
I
their
get
thing.
it. I get it. 100%
I will
get it.
say,
The difference
I got
is-
very confused with you when you first moved in because you have no problem sitting down for 4 to 7 episodes of a 45-minute long show.
Yeah.
But you can't watch an hour-long movie.
I can watch 1 movie a day is fine, but when there's multiple in a day, it's just this is too much.
All right, so
I don't know what
you're
the
a
difference
one a
is.
day?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna. He is gonna become a movie person. I'm gonna make him watch 1 every day.
Now let me ask you a question, Rob.
You
Rob,
said
let
one
me-
a day.
let me
I
ask you a
said
question,
I
Rob.
can deal with 1 a day. I don't like to
Let
watch
me ask you
1 a day,
question.
but
Does the Lord of the Rings extended cut count as 1 movie?
Well, yes.
no, it is 3 movies.
No,
3 separate
no.
The
movies.
extended cut
Well,
is
yes.
all 1.
Technically, it's 5. Or is it 6 now?
Yeah, it's 5.
I mean, I will break them into the separate, individual movies, but it is going to be
You've
the
seen Lord of the
extended
Rings, right?
cuts.
Yeah, I've seen them.
Have you seen the
I
extended
watch
cuts?
some movies. It's just every once in a while I like movies, but I don't like to watch them constantly. I don't know what the difference is. It must be my brain, because I can, like he said, I can watch TV. I can watch a TV show for hours straight, but one movie that's like an hour and a half, and I'm just like, is this over yet? I don't know what the difference is, but apparently there's a difference in my brain.
And he'll watch movies and forget who he watched it with.
Yeah, I still have no idea who I watched the freaking Shang-Chi with.
He spent 20 minutes arguing with me.
Because I thought it was him.
He's like, hey, no, that's the guy from Shang-Chi or whatever.
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
Yeah, Shang-Chi.
and
I'm just like,
the Legend of the Rings.
I'm like, I never saw that movie, Rob.
It
He's
might
like,
have been with me. I don't know who I watched it with either, but I know I saw it.
I know I
dude.
watched it, but I know exactly I watched it by myself because I watched
just-
it in a very specific setting.
I know I watched it with someone because I was having conversations at certain parts. 'Cause I
just-
remember when the girl was driving the bus, I was talking with somebody and was like, she's really good at that or whatever, and then we were talking about how the actor guy was the original Mandarin and blah, 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 and
I had that conversation with you because that same guy was in Iron Man 3, I believe.
Mhm.
Or maybe it was 2. Which one was the one with Whiplash? Was that 2? Yeah, he was in Iron Man 2, I think. But
but that was afterwards. I remember having a conversation with whoever was watching during the movie.
Oh, see, I feel
'Cause
like
they
I had
said-
that conversation with you before you even saw the movie.
Maybe. But I don't know, because somebody was like, when the real Mandarin showed up, they were like, oh, is that the real Mandarin? I'm like, yeah, the other guy is the one from the other movie who wasn't the real Mandarin. This is supposed to be the real one, or whatever. But I remember having that conversation with somebody, but I don't know who the hell it was.
I laugh at the fact, like, I will say, no, Rob, I never saw that movie, and you're like, yes, you did. I was like,
yeah, we
no,
did.
I
We watched
know,
it together,
no.
Webby.
See, I'm not hashing that out again, Rob.
I don't think it was me neither watched it because I know for a fact I don't know enough about Shang-Chi or the Mandarin to have that conversation.
We went to he went to Boston. We did that. What else did we do? I thought we did more. I just can't remember. We went to the beach.
We stopped at the beach on the
Yep.
way. We
Yep.
saw some
We
really,
went-
really expensive houses and
Had some
really nice neighborhoods.
Really good
Yep.
lunch.
Yeah, we had a phenomenal lunch at, what was the name of the place? It was Ray's. But
Ray's seafood.
Just straight up Ray's Seafood.
Ray's seafood to me.
All right, everybody, Ray's Seafood in Rye, New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Okay, not a sponsor.
It's where they invented Rab Red.
Donnie.
What was
not a
the other
sponsor.
town where you... Oh, Salisbury. Is that where they made Salisbury
Salisbury.
steak?
Steak.
Both of those
I will
jokes were
say,
made
depending on how
within
you
2 hours
get
of
your
each other.
rye, you may have to make weird triangle.
Oh,
peppers.
that dude, that fucking whatever the roundabout that was just pieced together with like Tetris style. Like, hey, a 3-year-old lost at Tetris, but there's your roundabout.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Filled with plants.
Yeah.
Filled with just plants of death.
I love how creaky this table is. People are every time I lean forward, they're like, "Man, who keeps farting into the microphone?" It's the table.
We found a
everybody.
very secure place to stick the microphone, guys.
Yeah, yep.
I don't remember where the two of you went somewhere on Tuesday, I think. And then you came back with the games, and I was like,
Oh yeah, we went to the game store.
I have
We
a
went to
ton
the
of-
grocery
wait,
store
You went
to-
somewhere
No,
else
we went to
first.
the game store, and then
We stopped at Shaw's.
oh yeah, no, we did. We went, yeah, because after I had physical therapy on Tuesday, we went shopping for groceries.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then we went to the game store,
Next door.
and then we went to the 99 for lunch.
Yes.
Or one of those days we did 99 for
That was
lunch.
we did on Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's when you came out with the mug the same day.
Yeah.
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 And then that's what you guys came in. I was like, I have a ton of games we haven't opened, and you bought more.
Yep.
You were like,
So we bought a bunch of
"This is-
games."
Listen,
Yes.
this is good.
Now, let's get into these games for a moment.
Yes. And then I made gumbo tonight, and that's where we are.
We haven't even gotten to Donnie's surprise.
Okay. Yeah. You know what, Donnie? Why don't you tell us about your little surprise? How you showed up?
Okay. I rode in on an airplane.
No, I'm nuts. Like, tell them what the surprise was when we orchestrated it to keep it away from, keep it from those two.
Mr. Webby's beautiful mother picked me up from the airport.
Thanks,
And-
Mom.
Thanks.
That was my idea.
And she came in to the house, as normal, and said what did she say?
Oh, you're skipping right to the end of the story.
That was how
I
I
like-
came
I
in.
like
That was the
this kind of
surprise.
stuff.
He
What
meant
am I
like
missing?
when
I
you
meant,
guys
like,
discussed it
I
on
meant, like,
Monday.
oh, yeah.
He's meaning the conversation of him texting you on Facebook going,
Yeah.
Donnie.
On Monday,
Oh,
how
you
we
mean
talked
about
you.
how I was threatened?
No, whoa.
I have the messages.
That's fine. I do too, then.
Okay.
But hold on.
I was threatened.
Hey, listen, yes. Okay. God damn
Okay,
it.
so what's the
yes.
problem here?
He was. No, listen. He's still skipping a bunch of the story, but yes, he messaged me saying, "Oh man, Rob keeps really inquiring about this, and he's being pretty insistent." I was like, "Dude, just tell him that work won't let you get it off, and it's out of your control, blah blah blah, and that you're really sorry." And he sends me back a message saying, "I don't feel right lying," and I was like, "Then when you actually surprise him and in person." When he accuses you of said lie, you can be like, "It was specifically for this surprise." And
Also,
Webby threatened me. And then I threatened him so that way he wouldn't have to lie about the being threatened part.
Oh, so you weren't really.
I wouldn't do. What did I say I would do?
Punch
Did you
me?
push him in the balls?
Oh yeah, punch him in the balls.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I believe you.
No, he wouldn't do that. He would just buy you a disproportionately sized whoopie pie.
That's not good. That's not a punishment.
It is if he's got to eat it.
So
Listen, I'll have you know first. I'm not going to get into that story quite yet, but first, that whoopie pie fed you and my mother and Mike for desserts, and then the second whoopie pie you've already eaten half of.
I'm not eating any more of it.
It's not a punishment then.
It is a punishment.
It feeds people.
It feeds people, but when said person specifically asks for a small whoopie pie, and your response is, "Remember what you said."
I came back with-
Remember
listen.
what you said.
Listeners, he's being out of line. I came back with it. No more than a Frisbee-sized whoopie pie.
He already admitted that whoopie pie was enough to feed at least 3 people.
It was also the biggest one sitting on the table.
It was. It was.
So you admit it wasn't the smallest one. He's like, "Oh, that's the
Webby's
small."
been saying
Devin,
it's the smallest one this whole
Why
time.
would it be the smallest one? It clearly said large on the label.
I know.
He made that point. Oh boy, but anyway,
And
guys,
then your defense was, "Oh, there's one much bigger. It's probably meant for like a party of 10 people." I'm like, "That's great. I asked for a small whooping."
he did specifically say small like 6 times. He said the word small 6 times.
Only because I made him nervous.
Because your response was super irrational.
Remember that you asked for a whoopie
I
pie.
was like, "You remember that?" I was
yeah,
like,
all he did was ask for a whoopie pie. And I turned around and was like, "Okay, let's do this." And you're like, "Wait, what?" Why are you getting so amped about his whoopie pie?
And then he kept going, just remember,
Just
you
remember,
asked for this.
You asked for this. And then it was small. Webby, small. I fucking said small, Webby.
That's exactly how it went. Because I knew what he was doing. I knew it. I was expecting to come in with a fucking pizza-sized whoopie pie, so I was actually shocked it wasn't as big as I thought it was going to be.
I bet I could get you one of those if you want.
I would throw it in your face. I swear to God, I would throw it in your face. I would beat you with it. I would freeze it and beat you with it.
And we're gonna sell that on DVD.
Yes.
No, we gotta start our OnlyFans where we also dress up as clowns and just eat meals.
That. Oh, man.
Like, not even like
Remind me-
roughly or
remind me-
grossly. We're just
Have I
literally
ever
eating.
showed you? Have I ever showed you Puddle's Pity Party?
I don't think so.
I need to show you Puddle's Pity Party.
Write it down.
I'm gonna.
There's a whole thing of
I'm gonna
no
use
cards.
YouTube it right now, and I will leave it up, and then
Alright.
I'll show it to you after. I'm pretty sure it's Puddle's Pity Party. It's sad, funny, and great at the same time.
Man.
But yeah, so Donnie was like playing it up too with his thing, because I know that Devin texted him. I texted him, and I sent him an incentive to come.
He did. He did.
And
He thought the holdup was money. He sent me money, and I literally messaged Webby immediately upon seeing that, and was like, "Now he sent me money. I feel bad." Which is when he threatened to hit me in the testicles.
And then I sent him a picture of us at the arcade. Well, I sent him a picture of you two checking out at the ticket booth.
Yeah.
And he sent me back the sad Millhouse playing Frisbee
Wait,
with himself.
Wait, you sent him a picture of us at the arcade?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. And that's when I sent the Millhouse.
You
throwing
still have it on
Frisbee.
your phone?
Yeah.
Let me see it.
I think we're staying at the
You're
counter.
just standing at the ticket counter. Yeah.
I don't remember. I have
Honestly,
been pretty
it was
proud.
an excuse to take the guy behind the counter's picture. It wasn't.
Oh,
He didn't really
yeah.
want us.
He's not in the
If
picture.
the guy behind the counter is in the picture, I don't recall seeing him at all.
No, he's not. I didn't think of that. I should have been smarter. Where the hell is my... Here it is. Messenger. But yeah, but like you still didn't talk about like when you guys decided to make it a surprise and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it was somewhere along the lines of like Sunday or Monday when you found out I was coming down. You messaged him like, Donnie, you should come down. And then he's just like...
Yeah. And then there were rumors at work we might be off on that exact same week, and I told him, I was like, let's hold off and see. That way I can stay for a week. Those rumors ended up being just that. Rumors, and it didn't happen. So,
but you were still off for a period of time.
So as we were talking about it, it came to the point where I took Friday off
Yeah.
and called in on a Thursday.
Where's those? Oh. See, god damn it. I've been so careful not to really be in any pictures this whole time.
Why?
You're documented now.
I know.
You're on
I
record.
don't- 'cause
You're
I don't
on
know.
record.
You're out having fun. You're out having fun.
Hey, lies and slander.
To be fair, the rule was there's no fun in this house. That was not in this house.
I plead the fifth.
It's all evidence right there.
Yeah, and then see, after I had him open the email, that's what he sent me.
He should do the sad Millhouse meme of Millhouse playing frisbee by
I don't
himself.
know who's doable right now. Oh, that was the message he was talking about when we had our little threat.
Webby, I'm pretty sure that is word for word what Webby told me to say. I'm not 100%.
He literally just copy pasted it, and that was bad.
Basically.
Yeah. So Donnie surprised us all. I felt like something was up because every time when I brought up Donnie the last time,
I still don't understand what you mean by this.
you were just like, usually your response to something along the lines would be like, yeah, Donnie should just get his fucking ass down here. Fuck word. It doesn't matter. You were just like, yeah, well, I mean, these things happen sometimes.
You're too rational. So your response is too rational.
You were just,
Well, no, he
I
did
suppose
say,
I'm too understanding about the
You were, though.
situation.
He did say, because when you texted him or whatever, like, Donnie says that he'll try or whatever, and then he
And
said,
then his
tell
answer,
him,
do or
there
do
is
not.
no
There
there
is
is
no
no
try.
try.
And I'm like, that's not a Webby. That's a Webby answer, but it's usually like followed up with like a string of obscenities, or like started off with a string of obscenities. About how you should just say screw work and get his ass down here. Tell him do or do
I
not.
feel like
there
that
is
was
no
him
try.
trying to corner me into having to lie to you and say it's just not going to
So
happen.
I was just like, that was a weird response. I said, but whatever.
Oh man.
I didn't call you out like that was weird. I was just like, whatever. That's a Webby response.
Yeah, I started worrying that y'all would think I was too nonchalant about not coming up here. I was like, oh, they're going to think I just don't want to.
I already knew you hated me. It's fine.
Oh, shit. There's been some light flirting the whole time.
There's something light about our flirting.
Oh, I wasn't going to tell them that, but now they know.
My name. It's out there, Donnie. It's out there now for the world.
I apologize if we ever make $1 million.
What?
I gotta marry Webby if we ever make $1 million. That's I've been on record.
Well, that's
Yep.
bullshit.
If we ever raise $1 million in one of the distraction things, me and Webby got.
Well, I hope you two are happy together.
I mean, people
Well,
say,
my work here is done.
they say you can't put a price tag on love, and we did a while
I
ago.
think $1 million about covers it.
I would marry somebody for $1 million. There's nothing in the paper that says we have to stay married.
No, I'll stay married for $1 million.
Not to mention, you get like tax breaks and stuff for being in a marriage.
I'll stay married for $1 million.
Not
I'll
being-
even,
not
I'll
being-
even probably learn to love whoever the hell it is.
That's called Stockholm Syndrome.
Is that where you eat cheese?
What?
What?
What does that have to do with cheese?
Stockholm, Sweden. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh,
That
no.
reminds me of the Winston Churchill thing where he was like, he's supposed to have said to a lady, "Hey, would you sleep with me if I gave you $1 million?" And she was like, "Oh, well, I mean, yeah, we'd have to have some ground rules or blah blah blah." And then he cuts her off and says, "Would you sleep with me for $5?" And she goes, "What kind of woman do you think I am?" And he goes, "I think we've established that. Now we're negotiating price."
I mean,
dang it.
it's true. We've established that, and now we're negotiating price.
Oh, Jesus. The things we fucking talk about on this goddamn show. How long are we at?
Well, about 35 minutes.
Oh, man.
We should gotta get through all the board games.
Yeah.
though. So, let's talk about Clue, because Donnie's never played Clue, and he bought Rob Clue, D&D Clue.
D&D Clue. Had,
Which is not like the Clue I remember.
Yeah, according to Rob, it had added things like the question mark cards.
Yep, it had like each character had abilities and stuff. It wasn't quite like the Clue you remember if you've played Clue before. Had extra, like it was D&D themed, so it was like D&D characters and had D&D weapons, and it was the realms of Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate, yep.
But I mean, it's still the same thing. You had to figure out the murderer, the room, and the weapon, but it had like there were special cards and what was the demon's name?
I don't remember.
Zariel?
Zariel, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Zariel could win, too, so everybody could end up losing.
This is the Clue I had. Well, I had the original one, and then one year we got this Clue. The Clue 50th anniversary, which was super nice. It came in a metal box. It had, like, the metal pieces. Like, figurine pieces. They were, like, that big. It was nice. It was a nice Clue. If I went to buy that Clue right now, it's $80.
Well,
I might do it. Just because. Really much of it.
We played Clue twice, right?
Yep.
So who won? Not that anyone's keeping count or has
Webby's
been.
definitely keeping count.
Yep.
Who won those two?
Me
games
and Rob
of
won one each.
Okay, Devin and Rob both.
Basically,
one out of one.
And basically,
1 out of 2.
that last one, it came down to just my turn was first.
Yeah, we both knew it. But
We both knew who it was.
Yeah.
It was my turn first, and I made my guess, and I was right.
So Donnie, with that being your first time playing Clue, what did you think?
I enjoyed it. I feel like there's probably a better strategy to keeping track than I was using, but I had fun with it. I like that kind of game. You're kind of playing against everybody next to you, like trying to outwit each other. Like for example, I kept trying to guess one of the people that I had in my deck just to throw you guys off of it.
Right.
Stuff like that's fun.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
I do remember the first game, the one that I won, everybody else was eliminated, so it was me versus Zariel. Because you had all guessed wrong.
Yep. I started the trend. I said, screw it. I'm going for it. I guessed.
Yeah.
And I wasn't like all the way wrong, but I wasn't really right either.
No, I was far more right on the first guess.
Yeah.
Even though I was wrong, but I wasn't. I only got one thing right on the.
Every time I had it narrowed down to just 2 options, I guessed wrong. Every single time.
All of your guesses I knew were wrong because I had the cards you were guessing in my hand. I'm like, oh, that's wrong. That's wrong.
I was trying to help you all so much last night because I was the first one to guess and I got it wrong. I got 1 out of 3. I was like, fuck, God, whatever. I suck. So seeing as though I knew which the 3 cards were, one of them was the location that happened to be on my side. So as you guys were playing, I was just like tapping it and scraping at it with like my pinky, and I was just like, I wonder if somebody will get this. And then I thought Donnie looked at it and then like squinted at me, so I thought he knew it, and then he's like, I'm gonna make a guess. I was like, oh yes, come on. And then he opened it up, and he's like, no. I was like, what? Oh,
I kind of saw you. I didn't know what you were doing, but I do remember what you like the situation.
Yeah. In the first game, I got the person right away. Like, my first guess, no one had the person, and I had no people, so I was like, oh, well, okay, that's the murderer. And then the second game...
He kept pulling me everywhere.
Yeah, because I had... it was the same person, and I had that card, so I was using it to, like, mask what I was doing.
He pulled him on every damn room.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, can someone please prove him wrong so he can stop pulling me?
Yep.
But they couldn't, because I had that card.
And I still won,
So the last thing I was trying to get in that first game was the location, which I didn't notice your hint. So then I finally got over there, and I realized what the location was. And then the second game, the last thing I didn't have was the people, because I got the weapon almost right away, and then I got the location pretty quick too. But I had no idea who the person was until just before Devin.
So what was another? What about let's talk about this unmatched game that me, you, and Devin played one night.
Yep.
So we started by playing the Buffy one.
Yeah, Unmatched is by Mondo Games.
Mondo.
There's several sets, but you can mix and match them together. There's Buffy the Vampire Slayer. There's Legends of Yesterday, Cobble and Fog, Robin Hood and Bigfoot, Little Red Riding Hood and Beowulf, and then there's a couple other ones that I don't have. I know there's a Jurassic Park one.
Ooh.
There's Deadpool and Bruce Lee.
We haven't played the... Which one haven't we played yet? We haven't played
We didn't play the Cobble and Frog, any of them.
Okay.
And we didn't play most of the Legends, just King Arthur.
And I played Red Riding Hood and
Yeah,
Beowulf,
Red Riding
which
Hood
is
is
not like Legends, it's its own thing. I
Right.
enjoyed Red Riding Hood.
Yeah.
Spike was not bad. He drew a lot of cards.
Yeah, so essentially the basis of the game is each character gets placed in a zone on a very small map. Well,
You're fine.
and then you have a deck of cards, and you have yourself and like an assistant or
A sidekick.
a sidekick, and you essentially using the cards in your hand, you move, try to get within range. Like if you're a melee character, you have to be adjacent to attack them. If you're a ranged character, if they're anywhere in your zone, you can attack them. And then you just have to essentially kill the other people. So
Yeah, so we did Buffy first. It's got Buffy, Angel, Spike, and Willow as the characters you can be. And then they have their sidekicks, like Willow's is Tara, Spike's is Drusilla, Angel's is Faith, and then Buffy can have either Xander or Giles. But then you like fight with them and try to eliminate the others. I ended up winning as Angel that game because... Well, I only won by attrition because
He won by
they both
attrition
ran out
because
of
we ran out
cards.
of cards and started
Angel's
kicking
the best.
our lives away.
yeah,
Webby was bitching about Tara the whole game.
yeah. Tara's useless.
And then the next time we played it, I was Little Red Riding Hood. You
I
were
was
Robin Hood.
Robin Hood.
And
I
you were
was King
you were
Arthur.
bitching about his minions only
Now,
having 1
okay,
HP.
so listen, not going into it, not having seen any of the cards yet, so far, everybody's minions or sidekicks have their own little health dial, right? Like a hero clicks
Yeah,
thing.
because I had Merlin, and Merlin
Yeah.
actually outlived Arthur, but he can't continue on his
Right.
own.
So then as you do damage to him, you click the life total down until it hits 0. Robin Hood gets 4 merry men, okay? But they only have 1 hit point each. They don't even have a life counter. They're just little tokens you put on the board. And I was like, 1 hit point. Okay, let's see how fast this goes. And because I didn't know. And then as I was going through, my card pile and stuff and playing cards, I was picking up cards that were only for the outlaws. That were like, oh yeah, run up, stab somebody, ignore everything what their card says and their defense. So whatever damage you do is what they take. And I was like, Jesus. And then another one is like a
Revive
defense
one.
card, and when you defend after combat, revive an outlaw and put him anywhere in your zone.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, okay, so there are revive cards for these 1 hit point things. I feel a little less bad about it. But you ended up winning that one
I did.
That's Red Riding Hood.
as Red Riding Hood.
Red Riding Hood's pretty good. I do like her. The Huntsman's really good too. He died pretty early, unfortunately.
That's because I took him out with Excalibur almost in 1 shot.
Yeah, you did. You showed him like 2 HP with a 1 shot. I was like, Jesus Christ, dude. But yeah, no, 100%. Red Riding Hood for the win. She's amazing. She's great. She has a really interesting mechanic that requires a lot of like. I like her mechanic because she requires a lot of like 4 things. So like how her deck works is all her cards have a certain emblem on the bottom of the card, and then her certain effects trigger on other cards based on what emblem is showing in your graveyard, which is your basket. So you have to make sure, like, if you want to set up cards, you'd be like, well, I can play this card to defend, but if I do that, I'm turning off all the other cards in my hand right now. So I don't want to defend this, or do I? But then all my other cards are losing all their effects. So it's kind of an interesting thing. I really like playing her though. She survived a while. She had a lot of cards that like even when she like blocked stuff, or when they blocked, they took damage. Like I got Webby, like that was one of them. I think that's how I killed you. I think that's how I actually ended up killing Webby. Was you attacked me? I had a card that you attacked me. Your card did damage to you or something. In the attack.
Oh yeah, shit.
And then my card was
yeah.
at the completion of damage. You took damage.
Yeah. So it was like oh, I block you, and then I get to draw a card. But that was my last card,
Yeah.
and I was only at 2 life, and I was like, fuck. And then you're like, oh yeah, while you're falling dead, my card also does more damage to you. It's like, thanks, Devin, already dead. So that was another Rob win and Devin win.
Yep.
They're at 2 out of 4. Not that anyone is keeping score or has been.
Yep. Webby's definitely not keeping score.
We played Mansions of Madness, which is a Cthulhu-esque game where you're investigators investigating
Oh yeah, the
crazy
zombies.
cult thing.
That was fun. That was a fun game.
So I was playing the Keeper, so I was controlling the monsters and flipping over the cards and reading and keeping track of the time things and whatever. So they were being chased by zombies that were stealing their DNA to put on an altar. So they
Just
realized
my DNA.
Just Devin's.
just
'cause
Devin, yeah,
who's
he
the
was the
bloodline.
relative. So they kept fighting the zombies instead of searching for clues, which, to be fair, they had to, otherwise I would have won from getting all the DNA. But it was slowing them down, so they only got 2 of the 5 clues before time ran out, which I didn't even know would happen, because when the last time card flipped, it was like, oh, everybody loses. I was like, well, I guess we all lose.
Yep.
So nobody won that game. We all
Man.
lost.
Now, wait, what'd you say?
So nobody
Oh,
won
yeah.
that game. We all lost.
I
Although
hate
you
this
lived.
game. So I despise this game. It was super fun. Like the mechanic, the way you play and what you do throughout the game is great. It's fun. It kind of reminds me of like the zombie side, whatever, moving from room to room. Did not like the mechanics of the game for one reason. Everything you do, you roll 1d10.
Yeah.
I couldn't, and the thing is
You
I was rolling 9s, 10s, 8s, 9s, 10s, 8s. You have to roll low in this game
Yeah.
to do anything good.
It's like Call
You
of
have to
Cthulhu.
roll
It's
underneath your score.
Yeah, it's like Call of
Whatever your score
Cthulhu.
is, you
Call
have
of
to roll
Cthulhu is set
below
up the
it.
same way. It's percentile based. You have a percentage and an ability, and you want to roll under your percentage to successfully complete your task. As Webby's dying currently in front of him.
Okay, I apologize for the choking. I ripped off a piece of Devin's whoopee pie.
is it
and
killing
it's
you?
slowly killing me.
Devin was right. Devin was right. The whoopie bots are evil.
Damn.
I just want to go on record and let everybody know, if the Webby pie does kill him, one of the times, I'm not going to save him. I'm going to watch
You did this to yourself.
I'm going to watch the life slowly drain out of his eyes.
No, that's what he wants. Don't let him fool you.
And then right as he's walking into the light, I'm going to pull him back.
Boy!
You made Matilda.
Boy!
She thought you were gonna fall on her. She took off.
Oh, I'm sorry, Matilda.
As right as he's walking into the light, I'm going to pull his ass back and be like,
mean.
no.
Mean. Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
So the
But seriously,
game
I
is
hope that
fun.
Webby pie kills you.
Well, alright. So the game is fun. I'm notoriously good at like rolling. So it's that game that really, if you're the Will Wheatons out there, hey, play Mansions of Madness. Next one we played a...
We attempted to play Vampire.
oh, yeah.
We know
Vampire Rivals. We attempted that. I bought that game to play. It's over here on the floor where it belongs. It looks like a very fun game. A game that would be really fun to play. Complicated. Don't really feel like wanting to sit here and learn it. Watch videos, read the book. I'm like, yeah, this looks interesting and great. However, it's involved, and none of us really had the mental capacity to sit here and be.
Oh,
that
I
involved.
certainly did not at that point.
No, even this morning, nobody had the mental capacity to do that.
Another game we played twice, once without Donnie, once with Donnie, was Unstable Unicorns.
Yes, that game is deceptively a friendship ender.
It was a little tense.
Yeah.
It was
So
a little tense.
I like the game, like the concept of the game, but I don't like being forced to be against somebody.
Yeah,
that,
I was
you know,
gonna say I think it would be better 1-on-1 because then you have no choice.
Then you have
but
no
to attack
choice.
the other person. But when you
That's
have a
actually
choice
a
of
good
who to
idea.
screw over, it causes friendship issues.
Hey, you know what we could do too? Anytime me and you disagree on like, oh
Play
hey,
Unstable Unicorns.
where you want to go out? You know, where do you want to order?
You're gonna
from?
play a
I don't
game?
know, I don't know.
You're gonna
It's
play
like,
some
okay,
Unstable Unicorns?
Loser fucking picks. 1-on-1 Unstable Unicorns. Let's do this, bitch! I kill you with the little chainsaw, cutie. The art, I will say, the artwork on the.
No, I
cards
actually
are
really
phenomenal.
enjoyed
like
that
the
game.
art.
That game is actually pretty fun. That game's really fun, actually, for what it is.
I think so
But
too.
it's just.
I do think you're right. I really feel like 1-on-1 is the best way to play this game.
The game is like Uno. It's like an Uno game. Like,
Or another thing, if you're in a bad relationship and you're going to break up with your significant other,
Beat the
play
shit out of their unicorn.
this game with them first.
and they made you break with you.
And no, just say that's you should know what this means. Playing this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good game mechanically. It works really well, but I think it definitely is a deceptive friendship ender.
Yeah.
I sent Webby
Yeah.
to his room.
Donnie, you know, when we left to
Donnie
go to
gave up
Applebee's,
and-
Donnie was just like, I don't like that game.
I mean, it's not even really the game. Like, the game was fun.
Yeah.
It's just I feel like the way that you play it,
Yeah.
things got a little tense.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a little salty occasionally.
Yeah.
I mean, I held it together, but
He says
I did. I did.
we can vote later.
I did. I think I had one argument, but it was
There was
about-
no argument. It wasn't nobody seriously mad.
No. But
It's
it
just
was
tense.
one argument about being tense. That's what it was. Because it was like, you saw a little tense. You still die from moving by.
Everybody's still killing you over there.
There's one A-line sinus in the back of my throat.
Oh, we forgot to talk about Donnie shooting a.
Oh,
No,
yeah!
that's not relevant. We're
a
here to
noodle
talk
out of
about
his
games.
Nose, a noodle out
guys.
of his nose.
We are here to talk
No,
about games.
Yeah, we are. Hold on. We're here to talk about games.
Yeah, not noodles.
So the last game, right? Is the last
That's
game
my
is
favorite
the Red
game by
Inn
far.
one?
This is by far my favorite.
No, the
game.
last game
The
was
Red Dragon Inn is the last game. Well, besides this one that's currently set up on the table.
Yes.
I bought the Red Dragon Inn. It's like your D&D party, and you're during downtime playing games at the tavern, and it just kind of it's a little friendly wager between everybody.
I loved it.
I love the mechanics. I love the artwork.
The artwork was amazing.
Yeah, but Rob, you're lightweight in this game. Your guy got so drunk so fast.
He did.
You say that, but I lost first.
Yeah.
I
Well, that's
know,
'cause
I
you
get
ran
that.
out of money. I got drunk.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
every time I had the ability to win something, Donnie had the fucking
No, the
Winning
first time it
hand?
was
winning hand card.
I had
He had
that.
winning card. He had
Yeah.
winning hand like 8 times that game. So it's like no matter what, I had a bunch of like take control of the betting rounds. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna come back in this game, and every single time I play one down, he's winning hand. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh well, all right, I lose.
Yeah.
Next time around, same thing. All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take control of the betting, winning hand. All right,
So-
well, never mind.
The general makeup of a turn in this game is you play a card. You can start. There are cards that like start a round of gambling where you have everyone has to ante and play the gaming cards, and then whoever wins gets all the gold. So if you run out of gold, you lose the game.
There are cards that you can cause, like basically attack people, cause them
Oh yeah,
vitality.
there are damaging cards. Like one that I didn't get to use was Pookie wants to play darts, and it just shows him all crazy looking, holding a dart, ready to throw it at someone. And those usually just do direct like fortitude damage. So you get your health on the left hand side, and then your drunkenness on the right hand side. And then once you play a card, you buy somebody a drink. And so you literally take a drink out of the drink pile, put it into their little drink me pile, and then you yourself, after that phase, have to drink whatever's in your drink me pile. And then that's how your alcohol goes up. So Rob, like as it went around, Rob would get like Dragon's Breath, which makes him 4. He has to move 4 spaces to
and
get
then
drunk.
He
I
got a
get
chaser.
drink with a chaser, with a chaser, with a chaser. So I
Right.
had to keep drinking more, and then these guys are like,
Hold
"Oh,
on, yeah, I'm getting to that.
okay."
I went because we've been going clockwise and where we're sitting. I'm always the player after Rob, so I'm watching Rob get this +3 with a chaser, and then the chaser is +2 with another chaser. It's like oh god, comes to me and I pick it up and it's
Holy water.
mop water. You don't get drunk, and then they're like I pick up the next one and I was a little bit drunk. They're like we gave you coffee, sober up a little bit. I was like oh my god. Not shitting you. So the whole object is you can't let your fortitude, which is your health, and then your drunkenness.
Yeah. There's
be
multiple ways
equal.
to lose. Multiple ways to lose.
Oh yeah,
Multiple ways to lose.
that's just one of
Your
them.
fortitude and your drunkenness can't match up. You can't
Running
run
out
out
of
money.
gold.
And I think there's one other way to lose. I think I could be wrong, but I think there's one other way to lose and to lose somewhere.
So as we played through it and everything, I felt pretty safe. 95% of that game, Pookie was at 0 to 1 drunkenness and 19 to 20 health.
I was in the
which
same boat.
maximum.
I was in the same boat health wise. In fact, the only damage I took was the damage I took to myself to stop you from drawing a card.
right.
That was it.
that's
And then my drunkenness, I think I was at 0. I was at 0 or 1.
Yeah,
Right.
I was
I-
getting pissed because my health was at 20, but my drunkenness kept going up and up and up, and all of my cards were like prevent health damage, heal damage, prevent damage, heal damage. I'm like, this guy does nothing against alcohol, and then I couldn't win the things because everyone kept getting a winning hand, a winning hand. I looked after I got eliminated. All of the cards that removed alcohol and winning hands were all on the very bottom of my deck. I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Like I said,
Next time I'll shuffle your deck.
I feel like the winner of all these games, most of these games, was shuffling. That was the real winner,
I mean, fair.
or lack thereof. I feel like
Fair.
a lot of hands, a lot of games we looked at, and then we were like, wow, these were not shuffled great.
So as we were progressing through this game, Devin was down to 1 gold, and Donnie took that gold from him, removing Devin from the table. And then, we're playing. Now it's me, Rob, and Donnie, and we're playing. I'm hanging out at max health, max drug. I was just like, I'm in a great spot. I'll just,
And I'm
whatever.
just counting my gold.
And so then finally,
Yeah,
it
Donnie
comes
had a
down and-
freaking fortune.
Yeah, so Donnie was going to attack me or cause me some sort of damage, but then he looked over and he saw on Rob's board that it would remove Rob from the game, so he's like, gotta do what I gotta do. Donnie kicks fucking Rob out the table.
No, I prevented that, but then next turn I had to take a drink, and the drink put me over my limit.
No. And then it came down to me and Donnie,
So close. So fucking close.
and he kept drinking himself closer to passing out, but I don't know how I managed to get from 0 to like 18 drunkenness over the course of like 2 turns. It was bad. I know I lost a drinking challenge.
There were several drinking challenges
Yeah.
involved. One of which I think you accepted is the one that did the most damage to you. Is that you had
Yeah.
a drink, and if it does, it literally says if it doesn't knock you out, you get a reward, and you accepted this.
Yeah,
So I think that did a little bit to you.
yeah. But anyway, Donnie ended up beating me
By one,
by 1 health or whatever.
there was one difference in
Yeah.
in my health.
Yeah,
versus
the only way
yours.
you survived was by changing into a tree because you got 1 less drunk and 1
Yep.
less damage as a tree.
Yeah, guys, I highly recommend the Druid one if you play this game.
Yeah.
Druid's very fun.
Pookie was very fun. Pookie, I was told specifically by the store, the clerk at the store, is his lore is, I guess they're in one of like probably the original box. There's a wizard, and that wizard has a familiar, which is this little rabbit. But he's not really a rabbit, and no one knows what it is, but it's Pookie. So his special thing about his character is he has other specific character-based cards and powers in his deck. So he has like a little smattering of everything. But I loved it.
I had a lot of fun with it.
I will say that was one of the first games I was okay with losing. I was like, I lost, but I had fun.
that was a very climactic end. Like it was very close between the two of
Yeah,
us on
I mean,
that.
Also, on that note, if you guys want to play that again after we get done with this, if you guys get second wind or whatever, we can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely would like to play at least one more round of that before
everybody
you
here?
guys start leaving.
Yeah, for sure. That. I mean, realistically, we have enough time to play another game of this and that, but it depends on how people are feeling.
Right.
Which means mostly Donnie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
mean,
I'll stay
so-
up for that. I don't
I mean,
know.
it's my last night here.
Lastly,
we'll make something happen.
I ain't gonna-
lastly, with the table with the game that we currently have on the table was Betrayal at House on the Hill,
Yes.
which is a game that you guys have played previously. I hadn't.
I actually really enjoyed this game.
I did too.
I enjoyed this game more than I thought I ever would have enjoyed this game.
I would have good things to say about this game if
You lost
it
early.
didn't like.
But he really didn't
He
lose.
won.
well,
yeah.
technically, but no, we claimed that he was stayed a statue and was out in the front lawn.
No, in our foyer.
Yeah, our
You were
foyer.
our foyer. You were the our mascot.
This game just when I was like, oh, I'm okay with losing now. This game was like, nah, you're getting too complacent. Let me kick you in the balls again to remind you
What is this game
how
called?
bad you suck at
What
board
is it called?
games.
Betrayal
on House on the Hill. Very first card I pick up, you explore a room or whatever. The laboratory, cool. Step in, you're forced to draw an event card. Well, my event card was my hand wanted to fuck myself and started to choke myself, and I either had to cut it off and do shit, or leave it on and take repercussions, or there was another option, but I don't remember what it was.
It was just cut it off, replace it, or
Oh yeah, replace it. Yeah.
that's the one you picked,
And,
or leave it.
So I chose, fuck yeah, I'll just cut it off and replace it, thinking, hey man, Evil Dead, chainsaw hand, right? So now you draw an item card. That item becomes your new hand. I got a fucking handbell, okay? So now there's hand mirror and handbell. Ding, 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 ding. Fucking hell.
His
And then,
first
and
card,
then,
he had to cut off his hand and replace it with a bell.
And
That's the gist.
and then Rob becomes the betrayer.
Yeah,
So
which,
then we had to read a whole separate set of rules, and Rob had to change the way he played because now he's the bad guy. And motherfucker stoned me first
Yep.
because you were Medusa.
You nearly one-shotted me. If you had the stupid mirror, you probably would have. But yeah, so the way this game works is you're exploring a haunted house, and you draw rooms. As you go into doors, you draw and figure out what room you're in. And then if you get enough omens, you roll the dice below the amount of omens you have, you set off to haunt. And it can't be anything. It depends on what room you're in and what item you found. So even though Donnie set it off, the rule said the person that was closest to him that was playing a female character, which I was playing the only female character. So then I had to become Medusa, and then I was trying to chase them through the house and turn them all to stone. And I only got Webby, and then they killed me. Then killed me right away. I was like, well, that's the end of the story.
So yeah, the stars just aligned on that because I was feeling like an epic Chad right there too, and didn't even get to do anything either.
Also, I mean,
The 12-year-old kid saved the day.
we actually played a little bit past it. You petrified me. I became a statue, and then like 2 turns later, you found out that I was allowed to have a turn.
Yeah, because Donnie set it off, so we figured it was my turn next because I was next. But it specifically says in the rules that I'm supposed to go last as the betrayer, so you should have had the first turn.
Right. So it was at that point that I was like, okay, well, nothing really changed. I'm just petrified in your starting room. And then I hit you. And then I was like, okay, remember when I said nothing really changed? And then I was just like, so Devin's next, and he has the mirror, and if he can get to Medusa...
Yeah, well, it worked out perfectly.
I softened her up a bit.
So in the room, because you have to have the mirror, which is one of the item cards or one of the event cards in there, and I rolled. Well, it says in the rules that for us, if you didn't have the
image in the
specific
mirror,
image in the mirror event card, you could, instead of just getting a random event card, you could roll 3 dice. If you get a 3 or higher, you can just pick it out of the deck. I was like, all right, cool. So I roll. I got what I needed. I picked it out of the deck, and it said, with that card, pick an item. I got an item. Item was an axe. I was like, well, ain't this serendipitous? And then we had just previously talked about Webby's like, oh, the only way to kill her is you gotta cut her head off. I was like, well, ain't this serendipitous?
You missed that part because you went in there in a different room to read in case of whatnot.
Because I wasn't supposed to know what you guys were trying to do.
So as I was reading it to him, and I'm trying to read it loud enough so Devin can hear,
I'm cutting
right?
vegetables, I think, or whatever it was doing.
Every time I get to the point where our goal, okay? Now our goal is to cut your head off, okay? So I didn't want you to hear what our goal was. So I was like, our goal is...
He's like miming me in the kitchen while I'm cutting vegetables. I'm like, got it? But yeah, so I was like, well, that was perfect. I got an axe, and I got what I needed.
Yeah. So you guys were like, oh, we need beer. Like, it said nothing about that. Because I'm like, you almost killed me in one shot. You're like, I couldn't have killed you. I'm like, what? This doesn't say anything about you not being able to kill me.
Yeah, I'm guessing had I done enough to actually like outright kill you, you're only supposed to go to just probably
and then
the
regen.
Well, you have like the regen rules, so you might be like knocked out, or you're at 0, but you're just like in the room, and you regen on your turn until you get back where you need to go. Yeah. But you softened her up enough where the 12-year-old kid came up to dumbwaiter and did some damage.
Yeah.
Or sorry, we were in the basement. We came down the dumbwaiter. 12-year-old kid just lowers himself down the dumbwaiter with an axe, jumps out, runs down the hall, and whacks her head off.
We didn't even get to use the NPCs that
No, I was just about to bring that up. Imagine if this went a little bit differently, right? And me, you, and Devin are off exploring rooms, but as you're going through, you're unpetrifying the statues in the house, and then telling them go attack Medusa, right? And then we're just exploring, and then we come back, and we have what we need. We're hunting Medusa down.
Yeah.
We turn around a corner,
and everybody.
There's seven Athenians just stabbing at her with swords. She's not regenerating fast enough, and then Devin's just like, "You're dead."
I felt like that's what was going to happen.
Just a massive Athenian NPC beat down to the boss.
Yeah, because at that point, my knowledge skill, which is the one that unstones them, was pretty high. Like, I got my stats up pretty high.
And that was where I was about to die. I had literally 2 knowledge left, and I was going to die. I only started with 3. I was 12 years old.
Yeah.
Well, I was 13, and then I became 12 very quickly.
Yeah, and you were a Chinese kid. And you're like, well, not now, I guess.
So, gee, mister?
Gee, mister? It's like, what do you mean, gee, mister? Who are you? Where's the other child?
I am the child now.
I know. You're wandering through the house going, gee whiz, mister. And then Donnie's like, hello? Hello?
Where's
the old man wandering through the...
I'm walking through their house going, fuck! Again? I hate this game.
And then I was just normal, and then I liked how it was called something like, she's pissed or so. She is not amused. I'm
she's
like,
not
no,
amused.
she's not amused.
Oh, man.
Gee whiz, mister.
Gee whiz, mister. No, oh, yeah. Oh, shit. I don't know if we should talk about that last game.
What?
The game where we had to put together stories.
Oh, Fiasco, yeah.
No, I don't know if we should talk about that one. That one was...
A lot of things are said that we are proud of.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Fiasco is a game where you roll dice and you have to pick, like, choose whatever you rolled, you have to choose the numbers and, like, you get...
I can sum it up in, like, one sentence.
Okay, I wasn't going to go into detail. I'm going to explain how the game works, but... Go ahead.
No, go ahead and explain the game. That's okay.
So...
Hold on, I kind of want to hear how he could sum it up in one sentence.
Everybody wanted to fuck
The saloon girl?
me.
Who was Donnie, yeah.
Oh man, this game.
Yeah.
We all got our...
It did not pan out the way I thought it would.
It started off like it had potential to be like a really good movie, and then it went real bad. Movies, Velocipaster. We watched
yes.
Velocipaster.
Yes.
We regretted it.
Well,
Kind of. It was interesting. It was a good movie to watch, but
Not-
it was also bad.
not fully recommended by SU, but you should probably watch
If
it.
you have nothing else better to do with your day, you're going to laugh.
Oh, for sure. They're going to laugh for a dumb amount of time.
Yeah.
Remember the one scene? And they're just like, ha 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 ha. It's like, what the fuck, guys? And just when you think it gets quiet and it ends,
Laugh.
the old one starts chuckling again, and then the young one has to outdo him. It's like, oh, jeez.
Yeah, there was a comfortable.
Oh, jeez, mister.
Oh, jeez, mister. Oh, gee whiz, mister.
So, yeah, Velocipaster, yeah, if you don't have anything to do, go watch it.
Yep.
It's worth a watch.
Yep.
But
yeah, that's...
Man. Oh, yeah. No, I forget. So many dumb movies out there, Donnie. So many.
Based on the name of that one, I know it was your suggestion and
That's
all,
right.
but I don't think I would have wanted to watch it.
It was Velocipaster, the G.I. Joe movie, and
shit.
Void.
Void was the first night. That's what we did that we couldn't remember because you put that on and you were like, we watched it, and then Webby said he couldn't sleep if that was the only movie we watched. And then we watched that comedy special with the.
Wow, that's probably gonna sound bad of me.
Nobody knows what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
Wax on. I'm a Tai Chi master after watching that.
You are Tai Chi master.
But
Do wax on, wax off. Like you get a blowjob at the
that's
same
the
time.
mystery of what we did on Monday.
Yes,
So-
yes, we did.
Oh yeah.
Which again, the comedy special, I threw that on just as background noise. I was intending on falling asleep during that, but and also just to lighten up the mood after the Void, because I was like, I need something to like warm up, like lighten up the mood after the Void, because I can't sleep.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, what's up? I fall asleep to the Void sometimes.
That's
It's peaceful.
What?
It's peaceful.
Devin, I'm learning more about you now than I've known about you however long we've known each other.
It's peaceful.
How long have we known each other?
We've known each other since our first interaction was when Colin ran that free-for-all battle to be on the Dungeons and Randomness one-shot thing that he won. And that was, I
won that, by the way.
Yeah, you won. Me and you.
You made me fall in love with you, Devin.
Yeah, I know. And
that was our first interaction.
We've been together ever since.
Love at first sight.
Love at first sight.
Well, I hope you two are happy together.
And we've been together ever since.
Well,
But that was that was. Let me see. I was still working at CVS at the time.
Now, was that before or after the game that you and I played in, where I played my Kenku that ended up fucking because of wild magic grew antlers and
that was after
I blew up a fucking envelope in Austin's face?
That was before, because me and you, we weren't really like. We were still at like the uncomfortable stage.
Yeah, hey, we're both nerds because we're obviously here, but I don't know you.
You know exactly. We were still at the uncomfortable
No, I was just like, what the hell? It feels cold in here.
They made us fall in love, like that. Whatever it was, I don't know. It wasn't us. It was Austin, or it was Austin made us fall in love.
Yeah,
Austin was standing on that magical sigil thing that he made, and it had random effects on people on the room, and we fell in love. I think that's what it was.
Maybe. All I know is I was killing everybody that came near you.
Yeah, and because I got hurt and it was about to go down.
That was the game too, where
it was Anthony that almost took me out originally. I think he sniped me from far away, and I was hurt real bad, and they were coming to finish me off, and then right when that happened, you fell in love with me. It was like me and you were fighting or something. It was me, you, and Anthony that won it.
Yeah.
It was us three.
Yeah.
So I think you and Anthony had partnered up or something in that. And when you were trying to kill me, you were about to kill me, I think. And then Austin stepped on something somewhere on the other side of the map that made you fall in love with the first person you saw, which was me because we were locked into combat.
Yeah.
And then after that, you scooped me up, and we've been together ever since.
Yeah.
You were playing Jax.
That wasn't
the
Jax.
early version of Jax.
That was Kid.
Kid, yeah.
Yeah.
Which was kind of the early version of Jax.
He was. Yeah.
Kid. And I forgot who I was playing. I was playing somebody.
I got a story about a love potion I probably can't talk about on here.
Hold on.
So do I. But
that was my first interaction with some of the actual distractions, the cast, the podcasters and stuff.
Yeah.
So with John, I remember John being in that battle royal, and my first interaction was with John. They're going right through the center of the map. There was a little bridge in the middle, but through the center of the map there was just a chasm. Okay, and John got turned to stone. He got petrified next to the chasm. So as my Minotaur, I ran and I just 300 booted the statue into the chasm, and John was out of the battle royal. That was my first interaction with John.
And he's been doing that ever since.
Yeah.
Pretty much. In one way or the other. Yeah, so... Yeah, I mean, that was our first interaction. I was still working at CBS. That had to be 2014? 2013, maybe?
Wow, really?
It was, I think so. So it's been almost 10
Yeah,
years.
that does sound right. Jesus
It's been almost
Christ.
10 years.
Man.
I know. Yeah.
Let's raise $1 million, buddy.
Yeah. It's been almost 10 years. We should be friends regardless. It's been almost 10 years. If it hasn't been 10 years, it's almost been 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And look at us now. Don't listen to DNR.
Nope.
Don't really talk or really like Colin too much.
I haven't talked to him since I took over for him.
I haven't talked to him since he left.
Fair.
I have a funny observation that just dawned on me as of right now, which I'm not going to bring up on this podcast.
Okay.
Because that's going to open up a whole other can of worms that we're not doing right now.
Okay.
But remind me, just say observation or dawning observation. I'm going to write it down.
Write it down.
I'm going to write it on paper and just show it to you.
Yeah, okay.
And you're going to laugh.
Okay. I like this idea. We forgot we can actually, talk. Oh, man. All right. No, I don't think so.
They have very similar.
No, I definitely don't
They
think
have
so.
similar
Don't think so.
similar qualities.
Well, I didn't know one of them enough to...
They definitely have similar qualities.
I never actually met.
Yes. They do.
When you think about
but-
it. And not the same person.
Really?
Hey!
But this is our live studio
I
audience.
never actually met the first one on there.
But no, I'm saying they have very similar qualities that make both of them kind of annoying at times.
Yeah.
In a little bit of a superiority complex. But that's a separate issue.
Yeah.
Again, we'll cross that bridge later.
Yep.
But yeah,
So what do we have for time?
we're about
boss?
an hour and 15.
All right. I think that's a pretty good episode there, folks.
Yeah.
So we talked about a bunch of the games that we played and some of the stuff that we did.
Donnie's drawing pictures over there.
Oh.
I want to know what he's drawing.
Self-portrait of his penis. Continue.
Man, I really want to know what he's drawing.
Let me ask you
Will you
this.
pass this to Webby without looking yet? I trust Devin.
Trying to.
Oh, here. I didn't show you this. You probably don't.
I remember that.
Everybody can see it now.
You probably don't know either.
Oh, yeah.
You probably don't remember the first one too much to appreciate that.
That makes a lot of sense.
They very similar qualities.
Let me ask you guys one final question before we sign off, I guess. Starting with Donnie. You've been awfully quiet over there. In your time visiting here for the second time, what was your favorite thing that we did? Favorite memory or,
We've had a lot of fun.
I don't want no bullshit answers like, oh, it was all fantastic.
The whole time, Webby has been
It was
just such
all
a pleasure.
fantastic.
I had a lot of
Okay.
fun playing the games. I mean, some of the games, weren't my favorite. But Red Dragon Inn, a lot of fun. I like winning. I was doing pretty well that game. Had a lot of fun with the one that's on the table.
Betrayal, the house.
The Betrayal one was a lot of
House
fun. I feel like everything just lined up for us to
Yeah.
win fast. I don't think that would happen the next time we play.
No, I can say from the last time it didn't happen.
Webby did chauffeur me, us, around town and went to the beach.
I drove you guys to Boston.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite part.
Yeah, I think-
because you did not want to do that adamantly.
That was, Webby might not have enjoyed it, but it was pretty funny to me. Some of the stuff that happened, especially the taking the picture of the guy that had been honking and then Webby waving at him.
We were just making this day.
Because none of us even acted like we were upset or mad that the guy was honking at us. We just, accepted it because we did cut him off.
And then, 20 minutes later, I was just like, hey, guys, do you think that guy that honked at us that we kind of cut off is now at work and
There
doing
wasn't even
some
20
He's
minutes later.
telling
We
people
were
the
driving
story.
back home.
menial tasks that just is making his Friday suck real bad? He's having one of those Fridays where it just started like shit because of these assholes from New Hampshire. And then work was shit. I got shit on.
And then you laughed, and I was just like, that's kind of fucked up considering that we were in the wrong.
It wasn't wrong. Okay? It was...
Okay, it's
know.
like not wrong.
I guess if you have to
It's not-
italicize something,
there was a
you're
guilty
sort of
party.
already admitting defeat.
If
but-
there were a guilty party,
Okay,
and I'm not
it's
saying
not-
there is, it would certainly be
It's only
us.
wrong in the sense of being that person that
Okay.
missed their freeway exit.
Yes.
And then just cuts 5 lanes over to get back.
No,
on the
it
freeway.
wasn't that drastic.
It wasn't that drastic, but that person, the same energy as that person, was what happened. You missed your exit. Well, fuck. I don't want to go around again because we missed our exit the first time. And had to go over the bridge, which was nice. It was nice to see. It was nice sightseeing.
It was very nice sightseeing. I got some good pictures.
Cut back. I got some pretty good pictures too. I need you to send me some of those too, Donnie, so we can have them.
Yeah, I will.
We can share.
Yeah.
Sharing the wealth of pictures.
Yeah,
I'll
there was
send
a
you
couple
everything,
times I did the, white knuckling on the road there, though.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking hate
He
people.
got a little mad, a little mad.
Yeah.
You didn't get punked out by 2 old men, did you?
Did not. Donnie got punked out by 2 old men though.
Two. In
In
the
like
same building.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yep.
They don't respect. Old men don't respect Donnie.
No, they don't.
No respect for this guy.
That's okay.
Oh, yeah. Donnie, you remember how, we won't go through the entire story, but Donnie was sharing with us a story about him not being the alpha, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay. So we go down to pick up the Applebee's today for our dinner or whatnot, or our lunch. And when it comes time to paying, I'm pulling my credit card out, and Donnie's is already like right here in the window in my face. And she looks at me, and I just slowly push mine out, and then she's like, "Yours, okay." And I was like, "Okay," and then she walked off. And then I looked at Donnie, I was like, I guess she recognized the alpha. I just wanted to give that one shout. Because it was something you were talking
So I got
about.
punked out 3 times.
By an old man.
Well, he is not an old man.
Oh god.
That's funny. Jesus Christ. Poor Donnie. Poor Donnie.
So,
Not my favorite part of the trip.
I like how you didn't share that until the podcast.
I forgot. I completely forgot.
We're still on the podcast. We haven't signed on yet.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of, we are going to sign off. Do we have a science corner at all?
We do. Time is a construct.
Time is a construct. That's
Yes.
right. You
And
should
we
be
use
here.
patterns for our
Oh,
human minds to
fuck
understand that.
So I read an article saying that time may not exist as a fundamental building block of the universe. They're starting to think that time, because if you add time into their new models of how the universe all works together, it doesn't work. So they're
So they're
basically
just gonna
saying
throw it
that
out.
time doesn't exist. So
Throw it out.
Yep.
So,
Meaning like it doesn't, like there is no past and no future. There's only the present. So like basically they're saying time travel is not possible because the past no longer exists. So you can't get there. The future doesn't exist yet. You can't get there. It's basically saying time travel is not possible because time doesn't really exist. There's only the present.
Or are we
but
living-
even if the future doesn't exist yet,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the past happened. You could travel back.
No. They're saying that's not how time works.
There's
There's
different.
only
So
the present.
there's different time theories. There's time theories
Time
that
top-
says time is linear and you can't, like, no matter what you do, it's fixed. Once the situation is passed, there's no way for you to go back and
because it
alter
doesn't
what
exist
happened.
anymore.
I
No,
hate
it doesn't
time
exist.
travel.
It's just that
Well,
it's
they're saying there is no time travel.
it's basically
Not
it's
I
basically
hate them
cemented.
for
That's just
thinking
another
that.
theory, though. Just like they've been saying, like there's like the multiple timeline theory of anytime you go back in time, you are effectively creating a new reality. And
Yeah, but
so
no one's ever gone back in time.
no, I'm saying I understand that. So what? That's not. It's just another theory. We're just adding to all the other time travel
Well,
theories that are
they're
out there.
saying that this is most likely, like, it's the prominent theory at the moment because they used to have the quantum, like, the whatever, like, the quantum level how the universe worked and then how the bigger universe worked, but the two theories don't work together. So now they've come up with this new like thing about how they work together, and it fits everything except that in order for that to be correct, time has to be like it just only the present exists. There's no past. There's no future.
I'm going to tell my kids that when they're young. Be like, listen, don't concern yourself with your future because it doesn't exist. Neither does your past.
I'm going to tell my kids
not
that
important.
I invented time travel, and I found out about it with my best friend Devin, and then just show them a video of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures.
Sounds like a plan. Also, to document this down, SU listeners, Webby admitted he wants kids.
No.
Yeah, I think you might have.
You just said
You
you were going to
definitely
show
did.
your
I
kids.
did not.
You definitely did.
Are we kidding? You've seen... I can attest to at least two of you in this room how quiet I can be and how quickly I can sneak up on you. If I did have kids, they'd be little goddamn ninjas.
I can't like.
There
say,
wouldn't be
I can't
cement-feeded
say watching
upstore
you-
neighbors
I
that
can't
just
say
stomp
watching
around.
you come out of the room and sidestep Donnie is like adorably hilarious.
I don't want to trip him.
No, I know, but you like walk out, you're like, real quick, like a quick little shuffle, and then you keep going to the back.
Have you noticed? Oh, hold on. God damn it, you're gonna make me say it. Have you noticed that when I do the little shuffle, I make little noises?
You do.
You just made the noise, which made me think you maybe heard me.
I did. I was gonna wait.
Because I do. Like, I'll walk, I'll be like,
Yeah, he does.
He's making sound effects for his steps.
listen, I narrate my own goddamn life.
You might as well. You might as well.
Also, you pretend to be tough on kids, but then you're like, because when we were going to the arcade, we were talking about how if the kids were in the way, you're like, I'm just going to pick them up, move them, and then we'll do the
Actually,
thing.
no, that's not what he said. He's like, I'm going to pick him up and I think you should throw him off the machine. I'm like, Webby, I'm pretty sure you can't do it. He's like, fine,
And then,
move him.
yeah, and then he
Put
said,
them
I'm
in
gonna,
the claw machine.
then I'm going to just stand next to them and fart in their faces until they
Yeah,
leave.
that's what it was.
So then when we were playing Angry
Until they
Birds...
fall over.
Yeah,
That's my
and then
superpower.
when you were playing Angry Words, I sat down next to you, and we were talking about how many tickets the Big Bears were, and I was like, you could try to go and grab one from the crane machine, and he's like, nah, there's a little kid over there playing it. And I was like, what happened to I'll just pick them up and move them, or I'll fart in their faces. He's like, nah, I'm just going to play Angry Birds.
Hey, all I'm saying is...
The kid you kept telling your back hurt. Kid,
Oh, yeah,
kid, my back hurts.
Yeah, you were playing the sack game in the back, right? Me and Rob are just like, we're just chilling. Like, I'm sitting next to the door, and we're eating and everything. And this one kid walks by, and I'm like, kid, my back hurts.
He's like, it
He
hurts
he
so
just
bad.
keeps going.
The kid just keeps going. So he goes to the bathroom, and then we're talking some more, and then he got the kid. It's the same kid, which I don't even know if he knew, coming back, and he's like, kid, my back hurts. And I'm like, that's the same kid you told before. He's like, I know. I really need him to know.
That kid's gonna go talk to his friends about the crazy guy at the arcade.
Jesus Christ. Kid, my back hurts. Kid, my back hurts. Hey, kid, my back hurts. Oh, shit. I like it.
Fuck.
I like it.
The teenager where you were like, that guy looks like his soul is dead.
It's probably more so like, why the fuck is this guy telling this kid his back hurts?
No, there's like a 17-year-old kid there wearing like a red hoodie, but he had it down. Like the nose piercing like a bull.
One of the disgruntled
Right.
youths.
He was a disgruntled youth. Okay. No, but he kept walking by the table that we were sitting at and up to the little, the counter to see the stuff. Then I'd see him like turn around. He'd literally turn around like this. And like I was like, this man's soul is gone. Like, woo. He was definitely dead inside.
I've been there. All right, little life
Hey
advice.
kid, my back hurts.
Hey, kid, my back hurts. Life advice for me
I
is
really forgot about that until just now.
one, kids don't give a fuck about strangers' backs, if they hurt or not. Number two,
Oh, gee, mister. You want some Tylenol?
Yeah. Rudely, the kid said nothing either time. He just kept walking. Not even, I'm sorry, dude.
Oh, gee, mister.
Yeah, not even.
Because he was terrified.
That sucks. That sucks, mister.
He probably was pretty scared. Jesus Christ.
Oh, God damn it.
My eyes are watering so bad.
All right. My second life advice. Webby's mom wanted me to spit out some life advice. I forgot what it was. I'm not going to lie. I'm not perfect. But my life advice is never argue with a woman. Because if you win, things might get worse.
Yep, that's true. Mom's was something about regret or...
You can't regret the past. It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, Mom. Get with the program.
Tie them together. You can't regret the past because it doesn't exist.
Yep.
Man.
And you can't look forward to the future because it also doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to live in the present, live in the moment.
Yep. I mean, all the things you've done in the past are gone. So you're free.
Man.
No guilt.
Every prisoner in prison right now is going like, well, what's the holdup? Like, let me out.
Yeah.
The
Time served.
The past doesn't exist, motherfuckers.
Time served.
I bet there's some fuckhead, and I can say this with fair confidence because I've interacted with my fair share of prisoners. There's some fuckhead that's trying to work that as a legal angle right now.
Technically, it would be the reverse, though. It's like, but I've been in here for 20 years. No. The past, there's no past. You haven't been in here at all yet.
Some form,
But his crime doesn't exist either. That was in the past.
Yeah.
So he's not there. He's gonna be like, look, hey, stop. Modern science dictates that there is no past. So all I'm saying is, why am I here? I'm suing you for wrongful imprisonment.
Oh, shit. All right.
All right.
Well, we're going to end it there, folks. Rob, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter at Confessor_X and on Twitch at twitch.tv/ConfessorX.
All right. Donnie over there pointing at yourself.
'Cause you know
with
what
a
he's gonna
very
say.
Happy small dog. Where can people find you on the
You can
internet?
find me at Jack's Forest Walker, all one word.
Yep. Kind of set you up for that one, huh?
Thanks, pal. You're a real good one. You're a solid one.
His back hurts.
My back hurts from being your alpha.
Ooh.
Yeah, y'all see whose back hurts. Who's really the alpha? Figure that one out, guys.
I mean, if you listen
His
to
back
this
hurts from blowing yours up.
Oh, God.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm just sinking
He's
down
just
in
slinking onto the ground now.
I have nowhere else to go. I have nowhere to go.
Oh, my Lord. All right. Devin, where can people find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at DMP_Pookie. You can find me on Twitch at Mr. D3. And you can find me on eBay looking for Tylenol for that poor guy's back.
As always, everybody, you guys can follow me on Twitter at Jack's Forest Walker, all one word, on Twitch at DM Webby, and in eBay, I don't know, following Devin around because he's scoring
Getting
with
a back
Tylenol.
brace. Getting a back brace.
So, all right. We love you, everybody, and as always, fuck Booster
Fuck
Gold.
Booster Gold.
Booster Gold.
You know where you can find me? In your dreams.
Ooh, la,
Freddy
la.
Krueger shit right there. I don't like it.